one objection I do get a lot when speaking with new e-commerce brand owners that are just getting their feet wet with running ads is I don't want to annoy my potential customers. And that's pretty fair. You wouldn't want to be annoyed either by your favorite brands. But what if I told you that running ads doesn't have to be annoying and that you can create omnipresence while still being low-key online? In this week's video, I'll be sharing with you how to create omnipresence with paid ads without being quote-unquote annoying. My name is Justin and I'm the founder of Wizo, an e-commerce marketing agency specializing in elevating thriving brands by simplifying e-commerce growth. Before we get started, make sure you leave a like, subscribe, as well as turn on post notifications to be one of the first to know about these cutting-edge e-commerce marketing tips posted on the channel every week. So there are a few things I want to talk about today, and there's no better way to start that by bringing up a whiteboard on screen to make sure that we can get visual. The first thing I'll mention and that I usually speak about with these brands are exclusions. So today I'm going to talk about a few different ways that you can create omnipresence, that you can run ads without having your customers seeing your ads 1, 2, 3, 4 times a day, and making sure that you're just being genuine online and that you're attracting the right people. So the first thing is exclusions. So I'm going to start by establishing, I do not think I've shared that on the channel yet. I may have, I'm not entirely sure, but I'll share in this video a pyramid. So this is going to be your audience pyramid, and it's going to allow you to establish the right exclusions for your ads. So at the top of the pyramid, you would have purchase. So purchase is at the top of the pyramid. Let's call it at this stage, 0. So 0 is purchase. Then a 0-1 would be a initiate checkout, right? So somebody who initiated checkouts. Let's just continue around that line. A 0-2 would probably be somebody who took an action on the site as adding to cart. So add to carts. A 0-3 is anybody who did, just someone knows about your brand. So that could be somebody who viewed content, a landing page view, so somebody who just ended up being on your website. It could be an IG or Facebook follower, because it doesn't mean that if they follow you that they've already purchased from you. They already know somewhat, some things about your brand, but it doesn't mean that they became a customer. So that is the third level. And the fourth level is obviously cold. So this is, people that do not know anything about you and that you're just brand new customers that never had any interaction with your brand whatsoever. Now, once you have that pyramid, it's very simple. It doesn't really look like a pyramid right now on screen, but think of it as a pyramid. So it's very simple to see, what exclusions you need to make when running ads. So if we're doing cold ads, then you would exclude everything prior to cold. So here in this case, I would exclude all of these. So all of these right there, I would exclude anyone who knows you on Facebook, anyone who ever interacted with your brand, who purchased, or any of these people would not be seeing your ads, as right now we would only want to be seeing, or we would only want to be targeting people that never heard of you. So that would ensure that the people targeted by these ads are being targeted for the first time, or could have been the second time, but it's usually people that have no interaction whatsoever with your brand. And now this is where it becomes interesting. Same thing for your actual followers. So for your actual followers, or even people that purchase from you, you can apply the same principle. So if, let's say, we want to target anyone who just follows you on Instagram and IG, so that would be the third step right here. Then you would be excluding anyone else in the funnel. So you would be excluding anyone who added to cart, initiated checkout, or purchase. So that would mean it's one of your follower, but they never took action on your website. So it doesn't mean you're really annoying, because they could be seeing your organic post, but they're not ever taking action. So showing ads to them, it's not like if they went on the website, they also follow you, and then you're being bombarded, with your brand on the daily. In this case, they only know about your brand organically. So you exclude all the rest. And it could be the same thing all the way up to purchase. So with purchase at that level, you may be asking, okay, but there's nothing to exclude, right? So I'm just targeting anyone who ever purchased. But you can basically target or actually exclude a certain segment of that same action. So assuming, let's say here, we want to target anyone who purchased in the past 90 days. So anyone who purchased in the past 3 months, we want to basically give them an offer because they're loyal customers. We want to make sure that they come back and then that they keep purchasing from you. But again, you don't want to be annoying. You want to make sure that these customers don't get bombarded. So what you could do is create an exclusion that, you're targeting anyone who purchased in the past 90 days, but you're excluding anyone who purchased in the past 30 days, meaning that you're only targeting, you're only targeting people that purchased in the past, at least it's been at least 30 days since they made their last purchase, but it's been, within the last 90 days that they did purchase. So between, the last month and 3 months, so basically between these 2 months, between day 30 and day 90, these people would actually be receiving your ads. What this means and what this makes sure is that if you're running ads, then you won't be knowing people that just purchase from you. And we see this tons of times. I'm personally seeing that a lot of the time, and it does frustrate me whenever I buy from an e-commerce brand and then, the day after I get another ad and I'm like, okay, but I just bought from them. And then I keep getting an ad the day after and then another ad, and then it just keeps on going and going and going. And then it's like, all right, I just purchased, like, leave me alone. I just made a purchase and there's no point in me purchasing again. And that will depend on every brand. We got brands that have a very short buying cycle, and these brands, actually, people can buy and buy over and over. So I'm thinking fashion brands, that is usually the case. Fashion brands, you have more than one, t-shirt, more than one pair of pants. So people could buy, on Monday, and it could buy again on Tuesday, and it could probably buy again on Thursday. So obviously it's not gonna be every of your customers gonna do that. So you wanna make sure that you give them a bit of a buffer, but nonetheless, there is a way for you to be efficient. So if you have a very short buying cycle, it doesn't matter as much. But if you have, as an example, you're selling iPhones, then if you were Apple, as an example, you probably wouldn't advertise again and again the same purchases, because chances are if they purchase an iPhone today, they won't purchase an iPhone tomorrow, nor in the next 6 months. They're probably gonna wait at least a year before purchasing another one of your products. But it doesn't stop you from cross-selling people. And this is gonna be my second tip in this video today, is make sure that you cross-sell. So one, the targeting that you can have on Facebook is saying anybody that purchased in the past 30 days, so they purchased within the past 30 days and they purchased a specific item. So let's keep it with the fashion line. They purchased a specific item, they purchased a t-shirt. And from there, we wanna make sure that we're sending them ads for pants. So anybody who purchased a t-shirt, then we're saying, hey, so that could be done with dynamic ads on Facebook. So with catalog ads, we could actually add a variable within our ad copy and say, hey, you bought X product. You're probably gonna love this pair of jeans. And then you just retarget each of these customers with the same pair of jeans to make sure that they cross-sell, for this specific product. And the beauty within that, you can exclude anyone who already purchased the second pair of jeans. So meaning that any customer who already bought the two, they won't get targeting. So cross-selling is a great way to retarget your current customers without being annoying, because you would actually sell them something else without actually, being too pushy. The goal with that is just to create a full solution with the client, right? So if you're selling products that complement each other, that's the way to position it, is like, you've bought X product. As an example, one of the brands I shared on the channel a few months back, Myla. So Myla is an air purifier. So if people buy the air purifier, then they have a ton of these air filters and add-ons to add to that purifier. So what they could do is run ads saying, hey, you've bought, our main product, which is this air purifier. So here are some secondary products to benefit you and to help enhance your experience. Obviously you want to position better than that, but that is overall the gist of it. And my third tip for today is to be on more than one channel and have a different approach on these different channels. So if you're advertising, as an example, one trend we're seeing right now, a lot of brands are getting on TikTok, as they're also being on Facebook and Instagram. So if we're saying here, part one of these strategy is Facebook and IG. So on these platforms, what they do, they got these lifestyle shots. Apart from lifestyle shots, they may have some of these, just product shots. So on white background. So let's just keep it, very simple, product shots right here. And on TikTok, then if we're already covering these areas on Facebook and Instagram, we can cover a different area on TikTok. So TikTok has, a different type of audience. So assuming we're on TikTok, what we could do is have more UGC. So we could just technically go with unboxing videos. So unboxing videos, that's supposed to be a U right there, but it really doesn't look like a U. So unboxing videos, or it could be a try on in the case of fashion. So try on is great. Could also be a review. So we're reviewing the product. So meeting with people, yes, they see you everywhere. Yes, you're omnipresent, which are two great things, because people start to build familiarity with your brand. They start to know you and they start to understand what you're about, what you sell, what is your brand values, and so on. So yes, that happens, but they see different pieces of content and different areas of your business. So you're not being bombarded with the same thing over and over. And I think that's what people mean, and that's what people have in mind, where they're saying, I don't want to annoy people. So yes, it becomes annoying if you have the same ads over and over and over again. That is annoying. No one likes that. And there comes a point where people are like, all right, I'm just tired of this brand. I do not want to hear of them ever again. And they just unfollow you. That does happen. But with having a different strategy for different platforms, people are seeing fresh stuff everywhere. You know, they look you up on Facebook, it's a bit different. They look you up on Instagram, it's, you know, it's a little different. It's different style of content. Look you up on TikTok, same thing. So it's all comes down to keeping a very similar brand image so people can recognize you on these different platforms. But at the end of the day, it's different content. So hopefully you found some value. And if you were one of these people at the beginning of this video that was like, yeah, you know, I don't want to annoy people. And I see that a lot with especially higher end brands or brands that, you know, pride themselves in being eco-responsible or being, you know, having very high ethics, which is perfect, by the way. But if you were one of these brands at first and was like, I don't want to annoy my customers, I hope I was able to show you a few of the ways that you can still run ads without being too pushy. It's all about creating the right strategy for your type of brand. And again, it very depends on these different brands. So as mentioned in this video, some brands will recommend for them to have, you know, more ads and to show these ads a little more often to their audience. But from other brands and other of our clients, we're like, all right, let's exclude anyone who ever purchased basically in the past 60 days because we don't want to annoy them. So from exclusions to targeting on different platforms and cross-selling, those are 3 different ways that you can actually retarget and actually be present in front of your customers and create this omnipresence on different channels without being too annoying. Now, if you're an e-commerce brand or store owner making at least $20,000 to $30,000 a month with your brand, I invite you to click on the first link in the description down below and book in a very short 15-minute demo call with our team. On that call, we'll take a look at your business, and if we think we can help you, we'll scale you up with paid ads. If we don't think we can, then worst comes to worst, you'll be left with a free action plan to implement on your own. On that note, make sure you guys have a great week. Check out other videos on the channel for some more useful e-commerce marketing tips, and I'll see you guys in next video. Peace.